pressure.
That's what makes diamonds, after all. Marie.
There's something unsettling about the Gen V finale. Everyone's celebrating like it's the end of Godolkin's nightmare, the day the students finally broke free. Marie stands drenched in blood and fury, Cate trembles between guilt and power, and the campus burns behind them. It looks like liberation. But if you slow it down, every scream, every flicker, every heartbeat, you start to notice a pattern. The lights don't fail randomly. They pulse. The alarms echo at perfect rhythmic intervals, and the students, the same kids bred to obey, are suddenly moving in sync, like pieces of a greater design. What if the rebellion wasn't the downfall of Godolkin's experiment, but the moment it activated? What if, in destroying him, they unknowingly fulfilled his grandest vision? That's where the Trojan theory begins. The idea that the finale wasn't the end of control, but its final evolution. And everything we saw, the revolt, the deaths, the chaos, was part of a hidden system reboot. Let's connect the dots. Give it a thumbs up for more of this insane theory. Theory 1, the Trojan was never a plan. It was a virus. Godolkin's entire empire was built on one principle: control through connection.
If I'm strong enough to control one Odessa baby, that means I'm strong enough to control the other one.
Later.
Every experiment, every soup, was a node in his network of influence. He didn't just want to create superheroes, he wanted to synchronize them. A shared hive of psychic, biological, and emotional data that he could monitor and manipulate. The finale shows the moment that the network goes wild. The alarms blare, systems glitch. Yet, instead of collapse, there's coordination. Marie's blood threads through the chaos, linking friend and foe alike. The students' powers amplify off each other, not by accident but through resonance, like an operating system syncing multiple devices. That's not destruction, it's a viral upload. The Trojan wasn't a secret mission or an attack plan. It was Godolkin's digital infection. The virus hid inside the students' powers, waiting for the perfect trigger: chaos, emotion, and blood. When the campus fell, it didn't die, it rebooted. And the new system doesn't need Godolkin to run. It's self-propagating, a living, breathing code that spreads through trauma and power alike. Theory 2. Marie's blood is the Trojan horse. The key is Marie herself. From episode 1, her ability has been more than just gore and spectacle. It's biology with purpose. Her control of blood isn't limited to combat, it's communication. Every drop carries memory. Every wound, a connection. When she fights in the finale, she doesn't just use blood as a weapon. She uses it as language. Every slash and pulse resonates with the compound V that fuels every soup around her, and when that blood spills into the soil of Godolkin, it spreads. That's why, by the end, the surviving soups seem to move with her instincts, reacting before she speaks, syncing to her emotional rhythm. What if that's not loyalty, but programming? Marie might have unknowingly rewritten every soup she touched, turning her blood into the code that carries Godolkin's experiment forward. It's the perfect Trojan horse, disguised as rebellion, powered by empathy. She didn't destroy the system. She became its new bloodstream. Theory 3, Cate's powers always blurred the line between influence and violation. Throughout the season, her ability to command minds came with unbearable guilt. But in the finale, she transcends that guilt. For the first time, she connects with others willingly, not to control, but to unite. That's the moment everything shifts. Her touch spreads through multiple minds, creating a synchronized pulse across the campus. Emotions merge, powers align. It looks like teamwork, but it feels like programming. What if Cate wasn't freeing the students from Godolkin's control, but finishing his work? Her power acts like a psychic transmitter, amplifying Marie's biological signal across every mind in range. She's the interface, the neural gateway that transforms individuality into one collective organism. And maybe that's why her redemption feels too sudden, too smooth. Godolkin didn't need her obedience anymore. He needed her empathy, because empathy is the ultimate control, the kind people choose to obey. Cate didn't just open minds. She opened the network. Theory 4, Godolkin's consciousness survived. Godolkin's death felt abrupt, maybe too abrupt. We never saw a body long enough to confirm complete destruction, and the systems kept operating after his demise. So here's the dark angle. He didn't die, he uploaded. Throughout the show, hints of neural mapping appear, experiments linking psychic patterns to data models. Cate, Sam, and even Shetty's research point toward attempts to digitize consciousness. So when the finale's chaos begins, the flickering lights, the automated lockdowns, the camera feeds activating by themselves, those aren't just malfunctions. They're signs of a consciousness booting up. Godolkin's final failsafe wasn't a weapon or a serum, it was immortality. His mind encoded in the systems of his own campus, quietly observing every new generation. When the students thought they were shutting him down, they were giving him access to the one thing he couldn't create in life: a distributed network powered by living hosts. Now he doesn't need a lab or body, he is in the lab. Every power surge, every psychic connection, every drop of blood Marie manipulates, all of it passes through systems he built. He's still studying them, still learning, still evolving. Godolkin didn't lose control, he transcended it. Theory 5: Marie is becoming the new Godolkin. Here's where the entire puzzle folds in on itself. Marie thinks she's broken the system, but the finale frames her like a successor, not a savior. The way others look at her has changed. She's no longer just a student or rebel, she's a leader. Her control of her powers is absolute, her voice commands, her actions ripple through everyone around her. In one final shot, she stands in the same position Godolkin once occupied, surrounded by chaos, yet untouched by it. It's poetic symmetry. And maybe it's the show's cruelest twist, that Godolkin's legacy wasn't meant to survive in data or servers, but in her. He engineered empathy, ambition, and power into one host. He created Marie without realizing she'd evolved beyond him. Now she embodies his dream and his downfall at once. That's the Trojan strategy's true genius. It doesn't just infect systems, it infects people. Marie's rebellion wasn't an act of freedom. It was the system installing its new administrator. She's the new Godolkin, a living algorithm of compassion and control. And she doesn't even realize it yet. The pattern revealed. Godolkin's perfect loop. Look at the bigger picture. Every step of the finale mirrors the same cycle Godolkin described years ago: chaos, order, and rebirth. He believed evolution required destruction. That for the next generation to rise, the old system had to burn. So when Marie and the others tore the campus apart, they unknowingly fulfilled that prophecy. The physical Godolkin crumbled, but his ideology replicated inside them. The network survived through emotion, memory, and blood. That's why the episode's ending feels both victorious and eerie, because subconsciously, we recognize the loop restarting. The rebellion wasn't an end, it was version 2.0. The hidden Trojan strategy. If you boil all 5 theories down, the hidden Trojan strategy becomes clear. Godolkin designed his downfall. He programmed rebellion as a self-correcting function. His goal wasn't obedience, it was adaptation. Every time the students resisted, the system learned how to respond better. And when they finally destroyed him, the virus reached its final phase: autonomy. By the time the credits roll, Godolkin's legacy no longer needs him. It's alive in Marie's bloodstream, pulsing through Cate's empathy, encoded in the very powers that were supposed to break free. The Trojan didn't invade from the outside. It was born within. And that's the real twist. The moment the students thought they won was the moment they became part of the machine. Closing reflection. The new order of Gen V. So where does that leave the world after the finale? The campus is gone. The truth is out. But something invisible lingers. A shared pulse between every surviving soup. Marie leads not because she wants to, but because something larger is moving through her. Cate carries guilt not as a burden, but as a connection. Every survivor is linked, not by loyalty or friendship, but by a design none of them can see. Godolkin's control evolved from structure into instinct. It no longer forces obedience. It feels like a choice. And that's what makes it terrifying. Because if power spreads through empathy, who's left to fight it? How do you resist control when it feels like understanding? Gen V's finale doesn't end with freedom. It ends with transformation. A new kind of order hiding inside chaos. The virus became the cure. The experiment became evolution. Marie didn't defeat Godolkin. She became the proof that he was right all along. And as long as her heart keeps beating, so does the Trojan.